Hey, welcome everybody. It's another episode of Cue It Up with the Q Brothers.
That's us.
Steve, you can do this. Ralph does this, and he's really.
I'm pointing to all the screens.
As you can see, it's
what's your name?
Larry Moe Curly this week. Oh, sorry, Ralph. My name's John Quattrucci.
I'm Ralph Quattrucci.
And I'm Steve Quattrucci.
There you go. Welcome, Steve. Glad you could make this one.
Glad I could be here.
Happy birthday, Steve. Turned 58 last week.
And actually, in our podcast, we wished you a happy birthday. I don't know if you
saw there was some undertones from you, but that's okay.
I don't know what that means, Steve. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, you play it back. You'll see. You gave me a little.
What are undertones?
I don't know what he means.
All right.
Shall we move on from that? So, Steve, before we get into the subject matter, we tried something last week, so we're going to try it again this week. I'm going to start with you. Just with everything that's going on with COVID and everything, just tell me what's been going on this week in your life that you want to share with us. Anything.
I guess the only thing that's been going on is work, and it's been extremely busy.
And you're in the heating business, so people...
I'm in the heating and air conditioning business. That's correct.
So what's busy? Is people just gearing up for the winter?
We had a push early in the season in April for AC season once we got back to work. It was hot and heavy. And now it happens in the wintertime in the fall. Same thing now, gearing up for a lot of heating installations and service. So we've been doing like 60 hours a week.
Wow.
So it's been crazy. Yeah.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Lucky.
Do you mind? How has COVID affected going into people's homes and kind of work you do?
Well, we just, we go in with masks. We ask the people to stay, generally if we're in the basement working all day or an attic, we don't see them, so they stay away. Our guys are wearing masks up until we're working together. We've all been together through this whole thing, so we sort of have our bubble. And it's very difficult to obviously work in an attic if you're wearing a mask.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, but when we leave, we ask them to put their masks on. We keep our distance. So, yeah, we're doing what we can. But people are not hesitant to let us in their houses.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if, well, you've been working for the most part from the beginning, right? You only had a small time where you
were down for 2 months.
Oh, okay. So at the heart of this thing, when people were probably terrified, it would have been a lot different, right?
Yep. Yeah. It was at the time in between seasons too, so it was quiet anyway, which was good.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a lot of people calling anyway, but we took 2 months
that's right.
off.
No one wanted you in their house.
No. And then
I wanted to ask you, Steve. We didn't talk about it the last time you were on, but I'm sure what's happening to you is what's happening to your daughter is happening to a lot of people. You got a wedding planned in November, a pretty big wedding, and it was in Maine, and there was so much up in the air about COVID, about how many people you could have, how many people you couldn't have. That well, why don't you tell us what happened? Because this is what's not just happening to your daughter; it's happening to a lot of people. But just
thousands of girls have gone through this. She is planning a wedding, and guys,
you're right.
Oh yeah, Ralph's son, exactly.
Yeah.
They had planned over 130 people up in Maine. They rented a big house up there. And then Maine had said that they could only have, I think, 70 at the time was the limit. So to try to whittle down that group of people was almost impossible because you didn't know where to draw the line. So last minute before they actually raised it up to 80 as of a week ago, I think.
Oh, really?
She said, well, yeah. So she decided we're just going to do the wedding party. And I told her that we would then have a backyard wedding in the summer if everything is good, and we could have 200 or 300 people for that.
Yeah, and that's a lot of stress. That's a lot of stress on her, having to whittle it down, and then maybe something could have changed right before it, right?
Because she's my office manager.
Yeah.
So I see her every day, and I know the stress it's put upon her. It's been awful. So I feel for her and all the women and men who are having weddings and have to go through this.
And Ralph, your son went through the same thing, right?
Yeah, they had to cancel. It was April. They had to cancel that.
And this was at the heart of this thing.
Oh yeah, right in the middle. And I'm going to I've been invited to a quinceañera. I don't know, a Spanish 15-year-old, like a bar mitzvah.
15-year-old.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. I'm not going to pronounce it because I butcher it. They're having on November 7th, which was.
Fix it in post. We'll just dub it in.
Yeah. I'll just
Quinceañera.
I'll put it in.
Perfect.
So theirs is November 7th, which is the same day as your daughter's wedding. Justine's wedding, right? Wasn't it originally November 7th?
Yeah.
Right.
Who's this you're talking about?
My sister-in-law, Stephanie's sister, is turning 15. They're having a party indoors for her 15th thing. For the
Quinceañera.
and I'll put it in later. And I'm like, wait a minute. How many people are going to be there? Well, the place holds 1,000 people. I'm like, okay, great. And we're only having 100. Oh, okay, we can space that out. Yeah, but we're in a room that holds 300. Oh, wait, we just went from 1,000 to 3, and the kids everybody wants to go, but there's part of me that's like, I don't understand why we're.
Well, your whole family's going? All the kids are going?
The kids are going. Now, I'm deciding whether I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drive them, but I'm not sure I'm gonna go into the place. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now, I can quarantine myself down here for a couple of weeks, stay away from the kids, but that's a super spreader. There's no way it's not a super spreader event. It can't. It's like people are gonna be holding hands and dancing in a circle. It's all things are all so like.
Wow.
Justine had to cancel her wedding. Max canceled his wedding.
Well, I mean, how many people that happened to this year? 2020 is going to be a strange year. Ralph, what else is going on with you this week?
Same as last week. Nothing. I don't.
Nothing different.
Day by day.
Well, no, I'll say yes. Something is different. I went into the office yesterday.
Oh.
So the project I'm working on, I needed to go in to check a couple things. We've been working remotely, so I'm able to tap into my office from home. I'm a video editor, so there's things I can do remotely from my home to my office. But there are things that I have to go to the office to do. So I schedule an appointment. You have to schedule an appointment to go in. So I get temperature tested.
You're going to your office?
I went in one day. I went in yesterday. And I don't know if you ever seen the movie, the TV series, the Leftovers, about on HBO, where 50% of the population disappears like in 1 second, like 50%. It's a religious, the end of the world is coming. So 50% of the population just goes away. And that's what it felt like when I walked into this place. So I walk into my office, which I left in March 10th or whenever the day I walked out. And it's as if I just was sitting there and I was gone. It was so strange.
That's the first time.
And I work at National Geographic. So you're walking down the hall and there's monitors everywhere playing all our footage. And it's all just playing as if, now there are some people down there who have to go down there every day, but for the most part, it's empty. And it just felt really, really strange.
And it's like Steve asked, that's the first time you've been in the office in a long time?
That's the first time since March. So what's that, 8 months ago? I don't even remember how many months that is.
That's funny. You go around some places like a nuclear bomb went off and there's nobody survived.
It's as if one of those bombs comes in that doesn't destroy anything, but
a neutron bomb.
People are all gone. They're all That's what it felt like.
Was
Literally,
there an empty box of Cheez-Its?
What's that?
Was an empty box of Cheez-Its still there?
I don't eat. You know what? I don't eat Cheez-Its anymore because I get
what to keep your boyish figure.
No, I get Cheez-It hangovers. I'll eat the whole box. I'll wake up the next morning.
Okay, like that's all right.
You eat the burnt ones? Do you eat the burnt ones?
The burnt ones are the best.
Those good. Those are the only ones I get now.
Steve got me hooked on those.
Like, what's all this orange stuff all over me? What was that with the Cheez-It hangover? So I don't buy them anymore. I have a sweater just like that. It's fantastic. No, my what was there? I went and I took a couple of things back with me. I have a clock I really wanted to bring home and some other stuff. But it's literally like my chair was in the exact position when I spun out and left. It's just really disconcerting, actually. And frankly, I don't know if I want to go back until there's a vaccine or something, because it's because to walk around in a mask, it was tough.
How about you, John?
That's what happened to me this week.
What
about you? Other than
everyone knows,
we have to explain you.
Why do you have to explain it, Ralph? I don't understand.
Because
what's the point of me doing this if you're going to explain it?
I think last week people were wondering why half your mustache.
No, people weren't wondering. Mom was wondering.
Well, exactly. So what'd you do? How'd you fix it?
I have a makeup artist, and before I came on, put a little pencil in my mustache because apparently the light washes out half my mustache.
Tell everybody what I used to do when we used to do shoots and I'd bring a makeup artist. What would I have him do to you all the time?
What, shave my chest?
Why?
Yeah.
No
we
reason.
did a show. He was wearing a golf shirt.
Yeah, he's buttoned
And
up.
he goes, no, the hair's sticking out, so you got to get rid of it. He shaved down this far, and when I saw the thing, he didn't have to do it. So,
But I know
so
it gets it's like itchy, and he's like, yeah.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, well, yeah. When it grew back, it was awful. But I played golf a couple times with Ma this week.
That's a shock. Golf.
Well, but you know what, man? I'm telling you, and Energizer Bunny, amazing. She's just
mom
amazing.
is, yeah.
Mom is, yeah. So it's great to be able to go out with her. But I also, work's been really tough because in my line of work, I do a lot of live training and nobody's doing it. And I recently got hired to do a job for an old client that could turn into something big. And that's the first sign of life I've had during this whole thing. So it's really nice. And it also, that part of your brain that you used for work that's kind of been shut down while this has been going on, it got activated again. So it was nice to think along those terms. So hopefully big things are coming next year. I certainly hope so.
It's funny.
I'm not afraid to travel or anything like that. I'm not hesitant at all about it.
The opposite thing is happening to me. My work brain is starting to shut down.
Really? But you're still working every day.
Yeah, I am. But I am being at home like this. The distractions are like anything distracts me now.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go up. Okay, good. I'm good. I'll go up and fix it. I just don't want to work anymore. And I'm working. I'm a very serious.
Yeah, you've been working. You have never stopped, right?
No, and I'm on a big high-end project, which is great. I'm loving it. But it's like I don't.
Plus, you're doing 10 podcasts.
I do a couple a week. Not that many.
And you're excellent, by the way. You are
the
really.
Umbrella's getting my empire is getting bigger. So
I know. What'd you say, Steve? I didn't hear what you said.
He's very busy.
Oh, he's very busy.
When you don't have to make money doing this, when you lose money, you can do these all day long.
Yeah, but that's temporary. Okay.
You have a tough time hearing me?
What?
Yeah, your mic's a little funky. I don't know what it is.
No, I heard you fine.
I don't have a mic like you guys. I'm working off the laptop.
It sounds fine. You sound fine.
Okay.
It doesn't sound studio quality, but you're in a boiler room. What do you want?
First of all, it's not a boiler room.
What is it? Oh no, it's your
my fun shop.
Your fun shop.
Not a workshop. And
by the way, you want anything made out of wood? Steve's your guy.
No.
No?
Not just wood. No.
What? What else?
Anything. What are you kidding me?
Like sheet metal?
I'm a maker. A maker makes anything.
And that's something that I can only speak for myself. But Steve is mechanically inclined with just about anything. Yeah. And I didn't get any of that. I don't know if Ralph did. Maybe you did, but I certainly did.
I called Steve. I was doing some wire was.
No. Here's the story. Here's the story. I get a call from Ralph one day. He says, Steve, I'm a little embarrassed. We're going on a trip in my car. How do you use those friggin' ratchet straps? I said, you're kidding me. I just don't know how they work. I said, let me walk you through it. So I walked him through it, and he did it.
I learned.
Just a ratchet strap.
Hey, did you guys know on YouTube,
Speaking of cars, did you guys know that when you look at when you're driving, like when you buy a rent-a-car, you never know what side the gas tank is on, right?
It's on the gauge.
It's a little gauge, a little arrow.
Yeah.
Tells you which side. I didn't know that. I just learned that 2 weeks ago.
See?
I know. I'm telling you.
You should have
I called Steve. Steve, there was something wrong in my furnace.
Oh, that time. Oh, yeah.
Right, and I was trying to use an ohm meter or something. I forget what I was doing. I'm cranking all the things. I don't know what the hell. I just don't know. I can do I had a leaky pipe. I don't even want to talk about it. I got it done, but man, oh man, I got soaked with water. I was crying. I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
You're not afraid to take it on, Ralph. You're never afraid.
I'm not afraid to take it on. I just never get it done.
My fluorescent lights in my boiler room went out, and I wanted to switch them to LED lights. So I get LED lights, and I'm looking at it on YouTube, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Unbeknownst to me, you got to change the ballast. I thought you could just replace the bulbs. So now this is after my basement got flooded. So it's the things that the light.
I know what. Okay, I know what a ballast is.
Oh, funny because you sounded like
trying to be ironic.
But anyway,
that's all.
So let me get on with my story. So I thought you could just replace the bulb. You couldn't. So when my basement flooded, a lot of stuff ended up in the boiler room. So I'm standing there in the boiler room with a flashlight with hot electricity, trying to rewire the ballasts. And I'm freaking out because there's all different colored wires. So I call up Steve Perfetti, my electrician friend. And I said, Steve, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm worried about cutting the wrong wire. What do I do? He says to me, John, electricity is not a hobby. So he came out the next day, and like within 2 minutes they had it. But I'm thinking about, what the hell am I doing? I'm going to fry myself here. It's so stupid. But Steve, how many times have I called you up? Steve, I know this is going to sound stupid. And then I would ask you a question all the time.
Never sounds stupid.
He's the go-to guy. No, sometimes you go, that is stupid. Sometimes you go, that is stupid.
Yeah.
All right, Ralph, let's go to the other angle. I don't like that angle.
Well, I do get a lot of the video calls, frankly.
You do, like Dad when he can't set the VCR. It's always
I will not help Dad. Dad's.
All right, so here's what I wanted to do this week. I was thinking about a topic. Frankly,
we're not done. We're going to go on. This is not.
Yeah, well, that was a week. I mean, we spent 20 minutes, and people aren't listening after 9,
right.
so it doesn't.
It's just
matter.
for us, right? It's for Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad, this is for you guys.
I was thinking about binge watching.
Oh boy.
And we talk about movies and stuff a lot, but I want to talk about like TV. And I'm really thinking about like some recommendations, or just tell me something that you really enjoyed binge watching recently. What everyone's binge watching stuff while this is going on, but is there something that you've been watching that you want to tell people about and say, hey, this is something that you should watch?
Yeah, I got one.
What?
Comedy Central, Workaholics.
I've heard about it. I've never watched it.
Oh my God.
What's the concept behind it?
3 stoners that live together. Adam, what the heck's his name?
It's a sitcom?
You got to write this stuff down.
Oh.
Yeah. There are 3 young, there's actually 4 of these young guys who write it and created it. And it is hilarious. Hilarious. Adam Devine.
Adam
He's the
Devine,
kid that was,
yeah.
He was in Pitch Perfect.
Oh, that kid.
He was also character player on Modern Family. He was on that for a while. It is hilarious. I mean, you'll die.
Well, what's the premise of the show? What I don't.
They work in a call center, so that's their job. Not very, they don't make a lot of money. They live together, but they're stoners and boozers, and it's just hilarious. And last night I was watching, just laughing out loud.
And how many seasons is it?
I think there was like 6 or 7. But it's very funny. You have to, and there's a lot of character-based things in it. And that kid Adam Devine, if that's his name, is hilarious. Hilarious.
Workaholics. Do we know what channel it's on? Do you know what channel it's on?
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central. Okay.
Yeah.
Workaholics.
But I think it's on. Might be on Netflix now too.
I'll have to check that out. You're the one who turned me on. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yep.
That was like.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if Seinfeld was rated R, that would be It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Rated R, rated X. That show got away with murder.
Well, the one episode, I was telling somebody today, as a matter of fact, I said the one episode that I cannot get out of my head is when Danny DeVito covered his body in hand sanitizer and crawled on the floor in his underwear. Do you remember that episode?
I don't remember.
Oh my God. I can't
fearless.
get that. I can't get that
They're all
image out of
fearless
my
in
head.
that show. They're all fearless, those guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the female.
The
I
guy
love
who gets
the
fat
woman.
and then loses weight.
Yeah, what's his name?
Charlie.
He went gay. He went gay in the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That was a good.
He's married. He's married to the woman in it. He's
blonde.
married to the blonde lady.
Caitlin. Yeah, she had her own show too.
Yeah, on Fox. It was good too. She was funny.
That was.
He's
funny.
great. He's great.
Yeah, he created Larry David. He created the show with the other guy.
Larry David dated her for a little bit on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh no, she played the sister of Larry David's wife. That's what it was. Anyway,
she's funny.
Yep.
Yeah. So what about you? Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. You won't see it.
Yeah, I have not. I've seen one episode. The finale.
What?
I never watched it.
That was a great show.
How about okay. All right. What happened?
Better Call Saul. Do you watch Breaking Bad? Better Call Saul, Ralph?
I've watched them both. I didn't watch Breaking Bad when it came out. I watched it after. I binged it after. Thought it was great.
That's what Rosie.
And then I was hooked on Better Call Saul.
Watched the whole thing. I guess I got to watch it.
Better Call Saul is amazing.
Like everyone told me to watch Game of Thrones, and I watched the first episode, and I'm like, I cannot watch this show.
I don't like
that was great too.
I don't like medieval. I tell everybody
No,
I don't
it's
like
not-
furry feet.
It's not like that. It's not.
Yes,
like
it is. Of course it is.
It is.
I know
Everyone
it's all
says-
political. It's political. It's all this, but it's furry feet
No, it's not
people.
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, Ralph. It's furry feet people.
Yeah, people with furry feet, little gnomes.
What,
or
hobbits?
zombies or whatever the hell.
Like-
I watched
like
one.
hobbits?
I watched
No,
one
this is-
Game of Thrones. That was a red wedding where they're all getting. Everybody get their.
that was a great. John,
That was
doesn't know.
good.
Quiet. Don't tell him.
Oh, it's
I
spoiler
did
alert.
watch. I
That's
will tell
Alfred.
you that everyone told me to watch The Walking Dead, and I
Ugh.
never watched it.
Listen.
And then I binge watched 5 seasons of it, and I loved it. But then, I mean, I just thought the show went off the rails. Every episode was the same. We're going to meet somebody who
Right.
isn't what they are.
I was hooked on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
3 seasons in until the one where they put the gun in the back of the girl's head and they go, "Look at the flowers," and they shoot the little girl. And I'm not saying I was opposed to shooting the little girl because she was a zombie,
Yeah.
but it's like you're right. It was so repetitive. But the
Yeah.
first 3 seasons was like
Yeah.
phenomenal.
When they pretended Glenn died, and it,
Oh, that
and
was bad. And then Glenn got
okay, that's
whatever.
it.
Okay.
I'm done with that. So anyway, I will tell you what I binge watched. The Boys.
Ugh, you
Yep.
took mine
Which-
away. All right, that's fine.
I
Yeah.
love. So The Boys is about if the Justice League of America, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman,
Yeah,
if
I've
they were a
seen it.
bunch of scumbags,
Right.
Normal people.
that's who they are. And and what I always tell people, even if you don't like that genre of superheroes, you will like this show. But understand this: it's not for kids. It's a hard R-rated TV show. But it is great. I mean, it's violent, it's raunchy. The guy who plays Homelander, who's the Superman character, is fantastic. I mean, and he's Australian, but you wouldn't know it from the show. The whole cast is good. Keith Urban, is that his?
Right.
Urban. He's a lead in it. So I watched the first season. My wife didn't watch it. So I didn't watch it because Amazon dropped it 1 episode at a time this year, which I hate. I didn't want to watch it till all the episodes are out because I wanted to binge watch it. So I waited. And then I told Rose, my wife, I said, look, you got to watch the first season and then I'll watch it with you so we can watch it together. And she goes, okay. And she kept putting it off. And I'm like, Rose, I got to watch this. And if you're not going to watch the first season, I'm going to watch it. So she binge watched it. And then 2 days later, we binge watched on Saturday. We watched all the episodes. And she's not into that stuff at all. And
Right.
she loved it. It is a freaky, freaky show. But they've already renewed season 3. It's so good. And the cast is just so good. And Ralph, you watch it, right?
I do, and I don't like Marvel movies. I could care
Yeah.
less about superhero movies. I mean, I like the original Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Superman, 1978 Superman. Okay,
Yeah.
I buy that one, but I can't stand all the Marvel. But this one is like, because it's real. Those people, because they're regular people who they enhance to become superheroes through chemistry and through science and all.
And
that
they're all
stuff.
corporate.
And they're all corporate. It's
Yeah.
Disney. They're doing Disney.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that's who I work for at Geographic. But they're definitely, it's a giant corporation
Yeah.
who controls images, who controls all this stuff. And it's just from a looking politically at stuff, they're nailing
Yeah.
stuff. They even have characters who look like AOC
Oh, yeah.
and
Right.
not Trump, but there's people in there they're trying to.
And they go after everybody, which is
everybody.
good.
No,
They go
they're
after
not
everybody.
playing favorites.
Yeah.
And Randy Quaid's son is the lead. He's great. That kid's great.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis
Dennis
Quaid,
Quaid.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Meg Ryan.
You can tell because every now and then he looks just like him.
Yeah.
Meg Ryan's son, right?
And the
I don't
scene
think
that
it's
got
Meg
me,
Ryan.
that
I
scene,
think it is.
Oh yeah, I didn't
I
think,
think
it
it's
was.
their kid.
maybe.
Oh.
But that first show where his girlfriend,
Well, that set the tone for the whole thing.
right,
Right.
and the way D Train comes in, it's just
A
like-
train.
D Train.
No, it's A train.
A Train. That's right.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just-
hopped
yeah, I
up
love
on that stuff. Steve,
And-
you watch both seasons?
Yeah. I watched the whole
Season 2, they ramped it up. I mean,
thing. Oh yeah.
Well, and I hated that you couldn't binge it all in one, whatever. But
yeah,
I was
don't like that.
because I was saying to you every week, you got to keep watching.
I know, and I didn't want to watch it.
because it gave me something to look forward to on Friday night. It
Yeah,
was like,
frig
and then they
that.
dropped.
Right.
They did with the Borat film. They dropped the Borat film last night. It's supposed to be out today, and they dropped it. Amazon dropped it early. They did that with the last show of The Boys. So it's like Thursday night. It's on. It was great. So
So,
What
Steve, what do you
about
like
Umbrella
about the show?
Academy? Umbrella Academy?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, I like that show, but I didn't like it as much as I like The Boys.
Well, it's because Boys has an edge to it.
Yeah, and that Umbrella Academy is just kind of it's odd. I watched it and I liked it, but I not like I like The Boys. Like I wasn't like jonesing for the Umbrella Academy.
I mean, The
wanted
Boys.
to see the next season of The Boys.
The Boys ends with Homelander masturbating at the top of the building, going, "I'm the best. I'm the best.
I can do whatever I want."
Well, let me give you a little
whatever I want.
tidbit. Let me give you a little tidbit. That is from the first season.
I know they used
Amazon wouldn't let them air that.
right.
But after the first season aired and it was such a big
They
hit,
can do whatever they
said-
want.
And it actually fit perfect where they put it. Because his whole thing is, I mean, how they beat him was he just wants to be loved. I mean, that's it.
Right.
And so to see him up there. But I'll tell you this though, if you like the show, get a copy of the graphic novel, which you can get on
Said
Kindle.
it was more 10 times worse.
Like you don't even know. Like a lot of gender flips too. Stormfront was a man. Homelander, Elizabeth Shue's character was a man. So that whole dynamic was a lot different. Now the main characters of The Boys was exactly the same. The characterizations of the seven was pretty much the same, but it's ramped up like the scene. I'm not gonna describe the whole thing, but when Starlight, the initiation for Starlight to become part of the seven, it wasn't just the Deep, it was two other guys too.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, it's just, but if you like the TV show, watch that. What else for you, Ralph? What are you watching?
I'm still obsessed with the Chris Watts trial. The Chris Watts, the American murder mystery trial.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned that
Holy
in your
crap.
last one.
I can't, now I'm finding other stuff. I'm learning
Wait,
about,
what's the name of it? And is it on Netflix?
yeah, it's American Murder Mystery or America something. I have it written down. I don't know.
Well, I want, if we're gonna, we want to
We
make
did it
recommendations.
last week. Do I have to do it again?
Well, I would think it'd be good.
That is a documentary, Ralph?
It's yes. It's I got it somewhere. I don't know. American.
Wow, this is riveting. Can wait? Let's do this so we can cut it.
We'll cut it. No, it's called American Family Murder Mystery or something. Just go on Netflix. You'll find
And
it.
how many episodes is it?
It's only one. It's a doc. Here's
it's a
here's
movie.
what's happening to me. If I click on something like one of our podcasters said, you got to watch the show Evil. There's a
Yeah.
series on Netflix called Evil. And I saw the trailer for it. And I'm like, oh, I think I want to watch this because I thought it was a movie. Then I realized, oh, no, it's 13 episodes.
Right.
So I'm like, I just don't even want to. I want one and done.
Oh.
So this American Murder Mystery is a 2-hour documentary about a guy who kills his wife and 2 kids. Now, I told John last week, I'm just in this rabbit hole of finding all these. Now I'm watching all these like shows where it's just a camera up while they're interviewing people who murdered people. And I'm learning about people, got guys that are called family annihilators, husbands who go in and kill their whole family to start a new life. They all get caught
Jesus.
eventually, but
Kill their own family to start a new life?
that's what
Well, that's
Chris
pretty-
Watts did. He killed his whole family so he could.
That's pretty
hang out with
extreme.
well, yeah, because you're not a family annihilator, so you would never do it. So that's a rabbit hole I'm in. And I just don't want to dive in. Like The Boys was a series that just for some reason hit everything I wanted to see. Because it was anti-superhero, it was politically, it was saying stuff. It's funny. Keith Urban is great.
Yeah.
That guy, like he's in Dread, that movie Dread. He's
Yeah.
fantastic. He played Bones in the
He's,
Star Trek
he's
stuff.
in all kinds of movies.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's on.
He was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, he was in Thor, too.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen Lord of the Rings. I have
Yeah.
to watch that, but
You have not seen
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
no. And
The
I
trilogy?
cut a deal with a woman I work with, and I said I'd watch Lord of the Rings trilogy if she watches Godfather. I wouldn't make her watch Godfather 3. I said that's.
Yeah, don't.
But
Yeah.
one-
Well, you had
you
no
gotta
interest you had no interest in seeing that in the movie theater?
Do you know why?
No.
They have furry feet. They're little gnomes, Middle Earth stuff. It's just I don't buy in it. I don't get.
Wow.
That
What
wasn't
about-
Game
what
of
about from a
Thrones. There were no
filmmaking
furry
standpoint?
feet people.
But there's people that aren't people. They're like dragon hunters and shit, right? And there's
Oh
zombies.
my God.
No,
So you
white
never
zombies.
read the
Oh, they're white
you never
zombies.
read the books.
What
You
books?
never read the books.
I'm not a reader. What books?
The
Lord of the Rings? Oh, so they didn't have little furry feet?
They're making a TV series, the Lord of the Rings TV
Oh,
series.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh,
Not-
come on.
Now, the series I would binge every time, if you guys watch Mindhunter on Netflix.
No, what's
No,
is
I
that
think I saw-
a profiler?
Yes.
Serial killers. What is it
That's
with you?
right. What? It's
Do
because
you watch anything upbeat?
What is upbeat?
How about the incredible Kimmy Schmidt?
That's funny.
No, is that's
It's
too upbeat
awesome.
for me. I don't
It is
look.
Ellie Kemper from
No, I
30
need to
Rock.
like
No,
I
from
like
The Office.
Zodiac, the movie
The Office.
Zodiac, very
Zodiac.
downbeat.
Jesus.
Zodiac, you talked about, yeah.
Oh,
What else do I just
I don't know,
I
Ralph.
like
I mean, boy, you are dark, man. Jeez.
I don't understand why that's okay, maybe.
No, it's normal. It's a lot of serial killers do that.
Oh, my girls are into those too.
Oh, is that all they watch, Steve? Because it
I
sounds
didn't
like
say
that's
that's
all he
all.
watches.
No, he watches other stuff. Right,
Ralph,
Ralph?
Not really. No.
No.
No, actually the darker the better.
have you watched? Oh, you don't, Steve? Do you get Disney Plus?
Yes,
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
love it.
Best Star Wars thing since the original. trilogy.
No, I wouldn't.
What's
say
better
that.
than that?
I wouldn't say that. It's good. It's good. It's very good. But I wouldn't say it's the best.
What's better than that other than the original trilogy?
I don't know. I think that's a lot to say. The original trilogy is better than that.
I'm saying other than that.
What do you mean other than that? So it's
Well,
number 4.
there was 9 other movies.
It's a good series. I enjoy it.
I
They don't
enjoyed
like-
the prequel. I enjoyed the
Oh, don't say the Lucas ones.
no. The one with they
Rogue One.
where they got the
I like
plans
that
for the
too.
Death Star. I thought that was
Yeah.
a good one.
I did.
Mainly
like
because
that.
it had Ben Mendelsohn in there. Ben Mendelsohn
Yeah.
is a great actor.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I remember when I saw it because I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I knew kind of what the story was, but I remember thinking, wow, usually when a movie like this comes out, all they talk about is the sequel. And then I watched the movie and I'm like, well, now I know why there's no sequel.
Yeah, no sequel. That's good.
But they're taking a character from that. The French guy, he's getting his own series on Disney Plus.
He's my favorite character in The Boys. Frenchie's great in The Boys.
Oh, Frenchie is great.
Yeah.
They're all good. I mean, that Mother's Milk,
Others know.
he's
Yeah, I like
great.
him.
We're going back to The Boys. So listen, guys, watch The Boys, man, even if you don't like that genre. But no kids. It's not for kids. It's not
No.
for kids.
That's
No,
John.
It's not for kids.
no,
Ralph,
it's not for
I mean,
kids other than Ralph's kids.
I know your kids were brought up differently as far as what they can watch. I'm just saying young kids should not watch this show. It's,
How young?
Did your new group of kids, Ralph? Did they watch the horror movies that you watched with the other kids when they were young?
What do you mean my new group of kids? What does that mean? My new group of kids?
Wait, we have one set.
I don't know. You're
from
grouping
one.
my children. I don't understand how this works. You're grouping my children now?
Well, I'm just trying to categorize them.
You mean my youngest children?
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Truthfully, Bella is the only one. Bella and I go to no, I don't. Bella doesn't like torture porn, or we go to psychological. Like, have you ever seen The Witch or Witch
No.
or the Babadook?
No.
Okay, you guys need to get out more, see some of these films. Bella and I, it's the kind of movies I take Bella to. Now, Max saw a lot of weird stuff when he was growing up. I think it's affected him a little bit, to be honest.
Like you think too young for him to see, but
No, he was
he
great. He loved it. No, we had a blast. We had a great time. Bella is but Bella, who's now 18, we had a great. We went to a lot of films together. Still do.
Did you
That's cool.
name her after Bella Lugosi?
No, I named it because Bella means beautiful in Italian.
Oh,
Right.
Okay, so let's just. I don't know what you were going for there, Steve.
But
I know
that
you
was-
think our podcast
that was
is boring.
group 2.
Wait. I know you.
That
think
was
these
group
things are
2,
boring.
right?
Are you adding? How are you adding to this thing? I don't get what.
No,
you're
I'm not.
doing.
I apologize.
No, don't apologize. It's fine. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Don't apologize. You're just asking. That's my
Hey, since
thing.
we're all since
That's
we're all
mine. I
over,
copyright that thing. Don't take that. That's mine.
Okay. I apologize.
that's definitely his, Steve. Since we're all
Okay.
over the board here, I want to
Yeah.
talk about a movie that I saw, but it made me think about rabbit holes. So I watched Hacksaw Ridge. You guys ever see that movie
Mm,
Yes.
with Andrew Garfield?
Yes.
Great movie.
Yep.
Great movie.
I had no idea who the real guy was. I never heard that story before. To me, it was totally unbelievable.
Yep.
And then I went on YouTube and looked
100%
up
true.
every documentary on this guy, and it was incredible. And how skinny he was, and how he just kept saying over and again, just let me get one more person. They said when they brought him down, he had bullet holes in his shoes and his clothes and everything. But it makes me think of that when I watch a movie like that, about a real person that I never heard of. And that's the beauty. That's a wonderful thing about YouTube and the internet. Now I pull up 5 documentaries on this guy who I never heard of. And then I found a documentary on Congressional of Honor winners, guys I never heard of. And you hear the stories of why they won it, and you just don't even believe they're real. I mean, one guy fought off 50 Germans all by himself in this like alleyway almost. And I never heard the story before. And I read a lot of historical stuff on World War II. But that's the beauty of YouTube, like what you're talking about. You watch this documentary, now you can watch 20 documentaries on the subject. So that's really cool. Is there any, and I just picked up a war movie. Any war movies you guys like? A lot of people, we talked about Saving Private Ryan, but is there one like comes to the top of your head that you just, like for me, it's The Great Escape. I love The Great Escape.
Yeah. I would say Great Escape is definitely up there. After seeing Hacksaw Ridge, that's a great one.
And Andrew Garfield was excellent in that movie. Really good. How about you, Ralph?
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh yeah, I've only seen that movie. Well, that was with Vincent D'Onofrio, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Pyle. Oh my God, he was nuts.
Platoon's another one where that affected me quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because I felt super guilty about what those guys had to go through. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I did want to talk about a movie that I saw this week. It has to do with the war. It has to do with it gets right in your war theme. It's called The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
Holy cow! Okay, you talk about not knowing history and not knowing what went on. This was an incredible film, and it has to do with the people protesting against the Vietnam War. It has to do with what's going on now in our country and how people handle protesters and how they're dealing with the situation. And you look at this film, and it's an Adam Sorkin film, so you know you're going to love hearing the way he
talky.
Very talky. Sacha Baron Cohen stars in it. Just unbelievable. And it's history I had no clue about. And it was 1969. Incredible.
Oh, we were pretty insulated from all of that.
We were
5 and 6 years old.
Yeah, I know that. But mom and dad were at that age.
Well, but we're in the suburbs.
I know, but still, we had people. We had relatives who were in Vietnam. It just blew me away. The film blew me away. So I forgot to mention that one. It's great. And it's like you said, it's history that you just didn't even know about.
Right.
And it makes you want to go and research all the history behind that. And how prescient everything is, how history just repeats itself. It's amazing. And we learn nothing through history. We just keep repeating the same things over and over and over. That's my political statement tonight. Sorry.
Well, that's, I don't agree with it, but that's fine. I think that's good. Steve, any other war movies that you, other than we mentioned, why do you like The Great Escape?
Who doesn't like The Great Escape?
I was asking Steve, not you.
Oh.
What's not to like, really? It's a great movie about, and I guess the way they did it, the way they were able to create and also the fact that Hogan's Heroes was based on that afterwards.
Actually,
no, it was based on Stalag 17.
It's a great film.
Yeah, which is also.
But I think there's stuff that interwoven.
Yes, they played. Yeah. I love the way Tarantino played with it in his Hollywood.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I read the book. The Americans weren't really involved with the whole thing, but the setup of it, they said was really, really accurate. And there's one story, Donald Pleasant went to the director who was, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the director of The Great Escape.
Oh,
I can't remember.
You know what? It's amazing because he was in that not Bette Midler, the Betty Davis versus Joan Crawford.
Yeah.
He was their
can't
main
think of his name.
director. And I couldn't believe that he directed The Great Escape because he's like it's a total dude flick.
Wait a minute. I want to know who directed that now. That's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah,
but anyway, so Donald Pleasance, who played the forger, who got blind and got killed at the end, he made a comment to the director and said something wasn't quite right, and the director went nuts on him. And Donald Pleasance, who from everything I hear about him, is a real nice guy. So what the director finds out is he was a prisoner of war, and that's what he was basing why he made the suggestion. And the director felt awful and took a lot of not direction, but a lot of ideas from what he said, because he actually served in a prison camp. Did you look?
John Sturges.
Okay, yeah, that's not who directed
no, but he
Baby Jane.
No, but he was involved.
It wasn't Sturgis. But I love it because the cast, you got that big cast, and Steve McQueen, who, by the way, was also the German who he did a lot of
Star
motorcycle
Wars
stunts. But it's such a good movie.
You guys keep talking.
The theme song, dun 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 dun, is awesome.
Keep talking. I got to take a little break.
What, you got to take a break? Why, Ralph?
Break.
Steve, he's almost 60, so he's got Oops, I crapped my pants. Yeah. Oh yeah. So any other movies, Steve, that you would say, hey, you know what, this is something and after listening to Ralph, anything on the lighter side, or is everything? I mean, I like to think that
Apocalypse Now.
Have you ever seen the Apocalypse redo, the extended version?
Not sure.
You should see it. It's cool. It's really good. Yeah. That's a freaky movie. But that scene with the helicopters and the flight of the Valkyries, oh my God, that scene's incredible.
Well, when I was at Lowell, I should probably save this for when Ralph comes back. He's got to hear it, right?
Yeah. What do you mean he's going to hear it? He's going to hear it when he watches it.
Okay. That scene with the I forget what the song is that they play.
Yeah.
But at Lowell during the first snowstorm when I was there, everyone went outside. Snowball fight. Our dorms across the street from the big tower. Snowball fight, and everyone goes, "Let's go across the bridge." So everyone from these two buildings run there. We got to cross the Merrimack River. We cross the bridge. And we're on the other side, and we're at the athletes' dorm, and they're out on the lawn. And we're going back and forth. And all of a sudden, back in the day, the stereos had these huge speakers, right?
Yeah.
2 and 3. In the window, they blast that song. It was just perfect. So that's what I remember about that song.
That's a classic scene.
That was my first stint at Lowell.
That's when they took over the beach because of the surf.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy from California.
Yeah. And that was Robert Duvall. I love the smell of napalm. The smell of victory. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. What was that?
Great American actor.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Duvall.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think what else that I've been.
Robert Aldrich.
Yeah, directed Baby Jane.
And he also directed The Dirty Dozen. That's the one.
Oh, that was Aldrich?
Yeah.
Oh, that's another classic.
Yeah. I mean, it's all these like dude films.
Lee Marvin.
Yeah. When he
Guns of Navarone.
The Choir Boys. Got a lot.
The Guns of Navarone. Gregory Peck as an action star.
He directed The Longest Yard.
Aldrich did?
Yes. Yeah. It's amazing the stuff I couldn't when I was watching that Joan Crawford Betty Davis thing and I find out that's the guy, it's like holy crap, it's amazing. It's great. So
anything else, Ralph, that you're watching that you can recommend? Have you watched The Umbrella Academy?
No. I told you I don't watch a lot of series.
Yeah, it is a strange show.
I started watching Utopia.
Oh yeah,
that's supposed to be pretty good.
That was
John Cusack.
Right.
And what's it about?
It's about someone who made a comic book that sort of mirrored life. So these people who are Comic-Con people have been following this and say this is really life, and they kind of they believe that, and in fact, it's coming that way. But it also plays into the whole pandemic thing. I'm not sure when it was made. I don't think that's current, because it definitely has to do with the pandemic. I started off as it was going to be a Comic-Con thing, and I'm like, I'm not gonna, the furries and all that.
The furry feet. Yeah. I mean,
feet.
who needs that?
Get them out.
But then it got better as it progressed. So I would recommend seeing that, because John Cusack's very good in it.
It's also Dwight from The Office is in there too. What's
Dwight from the yeah, he's in it as well. Dwight Schrute.
Dwight.
You know what's funny? Ma binge watches that Frankie and Grace show with
Jane
Jane
Fonda,
and
she
Lily
wants-
Tomlin, and she loves The Crown. She told me she was up till 12:30 the other night, binge watching The Crown. She goes, you know what it is? When one episode's over and I want to go to bed, I want to find out what happens in the next one, which is what everybody does, right?
Right.
That's interesting. But it's so weird I love the fact that you can watch a whole season of TV. Although they're starting to change that. But to me, that's the advantage of these streaming services, that you could do that. But now they're starting to be like regular TV.
Yeah,
I guess because frankly, regular TV is not competition anymore like it used to be.
Yeah,
everybody's streaming.
Yeah, they're all going back to that one a week, which is driving me crazy.
I know. I hate that. And I've got direct.
And now's the time to do it. It's like it's not.
I pay a lot for it. And I was flipping through it the other day, and I've got.
You watching any sports?
I've watched. I got to tell you, I haven't watched any of the World Series. I did watch some of the playoffs, and I've been watching some football. But I would tell you, I have not sat through an entire game,
right?
Because it just
Tampa Bay just got someone.
Yeah, Antonio Brown. Yeah. So Tom Brady's going to be throwing Antonio Brown. I'm telling you, they might be going to the Super Bowl. They manhandled Green Bay.
Oh, they did. I didn't see that. They did.
Oh my God, they smoked them. And my Tom Brady autograph card's just going up, baby.
Oh, Tom Brady autograph card. You're such a dick.
Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
You would brag about that shit.
But that's the one thing. I mean, not the one thing. I mean, this pandemic, they're dying for content on all these streaming services, and people are soaking it up. And production has been shut down for a long time.
Well, it's what's keeping my job going, because Disney.
Well, yeah,
we got Disney Plus. We got to fill that up with content.
And they're going to start putting out first-run movies. They're going to stream them. They're not going to.
They should. I mean, who's going to go to a movie theater?
I would go. I would have no problem.
I know. You have no problem.
But not at $30 a movie like Mulan was.
Well, they took a bath. They took a bath on that. People didn't do it. But like Black Widow, which is supposed to be out over the summer, they're going to put that on. They're going to put that in video on demand. They're not going to put it in the movie theater.
Well, I told you I was going to see Bill and Ted. I was going to pay $20 to watch Bill and Ted streaming. I went to a drive-in instead.
What'd that cost you?
15.
You took the kids?
No.
You went by yourself?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice time.
Good. You enjoyed the movie?
Hey, do you remember the drive-in over there on Blue Hills?
Yeah, who doesn't remember?
How much fun was that?
passes for it.
How much fun was that?
Of course. Great fun.
Right.
Great fun.
Let's all go to the drive-in.
What do you mean? It wasn't just Blue Hills.
Yeah, I was Skinview.
Braintree. There's Braintree.
Brockton.
Avon Drive-In. Remember Avon had one right at the
I
end
don't
of
remember
Harrison
Avon
Boulevard.
so much.
Braintree had the 2 screens.
Yep. They're still there. I think the screens are still there.
Braintree's not.
Behind the
screens
bus.
are there, but that's a bus stop now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a
It's the bus for the airport.
shuttle to the airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drive-ins were great.
Yeah,
I mean,
Skinview,
you bring the
over in
lounge
Brockton.
chairs. You got that little green thing that swirls around. You light it.
I took my kids to Mendon. Yeah, I think
What?
it's Mendon.
How far is that from where you live?
It's heading towards Whitensville. We
Oh,
went
wow.
to Southwick Animal Farm in the morning and came back and went to the drive-in.
What was the movie?
How far is that from Brockton or Worcester?
That's about 40 minutes from Brockton.
Why did you say it? Why'd you say Brockton? Why'd you say it like that?
Do you ever see Seth Meyers do that whole
Yeah.
movie preview where they go through all the town names? It's
Oh.
fantastic.
Hilarious. Do we really talk like that, Rob?
It's a movie called Boston Accent. You ever see that?
Do we
That-
really
no.
sound like
Yes,
that?
you don't. He does.
I can meet you in an hour in Worcester.
How about Medford?
How about Dorchester? How about Gloucester?
How about Taunton?
Ah, my cousin Eric's from Taunton.
Wicked. Wicked. So do you want to meet there?
Nah, how about Weymouth?
How about Revere?
What about Somerville?
How about Marblehead?
How about Arlington?
What about Brockton?
Steve definitely is.
Oh.
You know, yeah. He goes, what? There's some word you used tonight.
Get peck ahead.
Booza or something. You said something. I was like,
Lose it? Yeah, okay.
Booza.
Hey, that's where I'm from, Ralph. What do
I
you
know.
want?
I'm not. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like.
I was at a comedy
shirt,
club.
Ralph, your shirt says VHS beta laser disc.
Laser disc. It's
Laser,
laser disc.
Laser disc.
I was down at a comedy club in Florida, and the comic was terrible. And he goes, "Anybody from out of town?" So I raised my hand. He goes, "Where are you from?" I go, "I'm from Boston." He goes, "Oh, and you drive and I go, "Automobile." And I got the biggest laugh of the night.
Of course you did. Of course you
He
did.
wanted me to sound like Cliff on Cheers.
We
Like,
get
the
it. Cat. Say the cat. You drive a
Back the
cat.
cat. We don't talk like that.
Nobody
all right?
says that. You don't say that.
Craziness. All right.
I drive
think
a
we've
Dodge
just-
Cat.
I think we've just about drawn this out as much.
Honestly,
as
I
we
think mom and dad are going to be bored with this one as well.
No, well,
They
dad
like to
watches
see
the
it.
whole thing. Mom watches
Yeah.
the first 30 minutes and doesn't finish. So
Mom
that tells
doesn't-
you how bad we are. And
Wait a
we're
minute.
dropping our viewers. So here's what I'm going to ask
Wait,
you
mom
guys.
doesn't watch the whole
No,
thing?
no. She thinks we're gorgeous, though. She does say
Yeah.
we're gorgeous.
She
I mean,
does
it's
say
true.
that.
It's true.
By the way,
If you put that black stuff
Steve
in.
only watched the first half hour. He didn't even finish it. And he's
Oh,
in the
I wanted
second
to.
half.
I want to, though.
You have to.
I want
You're in
to.
the
Oh,
second
yeah,
half.
because you guys are talking about bucket lists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Ralph ratted us out that we were talking about him inside the golf cart, and he had the
Yeah,
footage,
I got the
and it was
footage.
classic.
Yeah, it's
He's
good.
gonna do something. Yeah, get a life.
Yeah.
It was classic.
Good. I know I was
I gotta
crazy, but
see
you
it.
guys said it on camera.
Well, I would say it to your face. I had no problem with that.
Why would you?
You were probably making some stupid political statement or religious,
Yeah,
anti-religion thing
stupid. That's right.
that you are known for. But anyway, so
That's
Steve,
America, Ralph.
we'd like to have you
America.
back. We know
Yeah.
with your schedule, it's kind of tough, but you let us know. Oh,
That's
that's
what I do.
lovely. Can we edit that out? Can
Nope,
we edit
that's
that out?
staying. That's staying. You're number one in my book.
I was
I-
going through a big box at Mom's house with some old stuff, Ralph.
Yeah.
Had some stuff of you, pictures of you with a baseball team. Maybe I'll bring them out and we'll show them.
She gave me, she gave me boxes of photos and I scanned them all. So I probably
Are
have
these photos
most
I
of them.
haven't seen?
Yeah. I mean, I spent 2 days scanning everything. And then I bought a device that takes the negative and turns it into a digital file, you know, the actual negative.
Called
So
a
I
negative
had,
scanner, yeah.
she had a ton of negatives too that I turned into photos. So, you know, I mean, that's exciting for everybody. Maybe we'll do that.
I think this is unbelievable. Why?
I think, but we are going to do a Thanksgiving show with Patty and Marie, and we're going to show some of the video from some of our Thanksgivings, and maybe we'll show some pictures too. But here's what I'm going to ask everybody out there, the few people that are watching, because our views are going down every week. We're trying to pick topics that interest us and that will interest you guys also. So as you subscribe, like, share, I've asked every week and nobody does. Leave a comment and give us some ideas of stuff that you'd like to hear us talk about. It can be any topic. It doesn't matter what it is. Although we don't get political because Ralph and I have talked about this a lot. We're on opposite ends of the spectrum politically. And there's so much of that in everything that is out there today, sports, movies, everything. This isn't a place where we want to do it. It might be fun and it might be riveting stuff, but it's so tiresome when that's what you're hearing all the time. So we've chosen not to do that. So we want to talk.
We don't want to talk about things that interest people. You're right. Just talk about our family stuff. You're right. That's fine. I'm with you. Keep going. John loves it. People are watching him right now. I love this pitch at the end of the thing. Like anybody's even.
Just so you know, Ralph has had quite a few beers tonight, and he's talking.
That doesn't
ragtime
matter.
right now.
That does not.
He's
matter.
talking ragtime. You can tell when Ralph's talking ragtime because he gets
First of
that.
all,
My
the
father's
Mick
got the
Ultra.
same look.
You can
See
go
his
all
little-
night on Mick Ultra.
He's like, yeah, exactly. He's like this. He does that. So anyway, Steve, thanks for coming on today. You add a dimension.
Steve, did
Yeah,
you
my
make this
pleasure.
less boring or more boring? I just want to know because you commented the last time that it was boring. Do you think you're helping
I
or
meant-
hurting?
Oh, helping for sure.
Oh,
Okay,
I
then you
think
should
the-
stay on. You should
the
add
not
him.
boring is ramped up with Steve's on it.
You
I'm
should
just
be,
telling you.
Listen, I may
I think-
bring in two or three more viewers.
Couple. I think we should do a
Well,
whole
the
show with
likes
Steve.
haven't gone up, Steve, so we need you to get more likes.
I want Steve to walk us around his playroom that he's in and show us some of the stuff he does. We'll do that on one
I
of the
can
shows.
absolutely give you a tour of the place.
Hey,
Without a
maybe,
doubt.
maybe Ralph, that's interesting. Maybe what we do is on one of these, we each have rooms that are kind of unique. Maybe we do a little walk through the rooms. I could do my movie room. Steve could do the work room. You could do that whole room and really show what's in there. That might be.
Well,
kind
you guys did talk about hobbies, right?
Yeah.
Hobbies.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Not
I have
like
hobbies
you though,
too.
Steve. Our
John
hobbies
always
are-
brings up my marriages. That's kind of a hobby I have, but he loves to bring that up. Is that what you
You
mean?
notice, Steve. You notice who just brought that up? It was not me. Is somebody in the room, Ralph?
Yes. Raphael, come here. This is one of my son.
Which set is that, Ralph? Which group is that?
This is which group? This is the second group of children. Thank you for bringing. Neil, there you go. That's
Hey,
Oh, look there, look
Raphael.
What's up?
Yeah. You're
Oh my
fine.
God, you are getting tall, buddy.
Right
Wow.
Hey, how's it going?
there. This is
You didn't get me
Tall.
just so everybody
Boy,
knows.
you-
This is Raphael. Raphael, bend down.
Raphael, I don't want
He's
to look at your
the
belly button.
youngest of the second group.
Okay.
If I need to
okay.
block them out, this
He's
is
got
the
a
youngest-
little Beatles thing going on there.
I gotta cut
I
his
see
hair.
resemblance to his mother. Raphael, I see resemblance to your mother.
I gotta
just
give him
saw that.
another. I gotta give him another COVID haircut, right?
Oh, nice. Group 2 COVID haircut.
Group 2 COVID haircut.
All right,
Ralph,
we've
crew cut, Ralph.
we have officially gone off the rails. All
Thank you,
right,
guys.
Nobody's
everybody,
watching.
pleasure
Who
tonight.
cares?
enjoy. Hey, Mom, Dad, please enjoy.
I
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Mom literally goes off after 30 minutes. She's done.
Yeah, she just wants to see how handsome we are and then get off because you're
I mean,
going to say
look
something
at this.
sexual that's
on.
going to piss her off.
I said nothing today, have I?
I'm shocked.
She keeps saying Ralph's gonna put a filter on. He really does.
I haven't. This is what this is. This is my porn
Yeah,
filter.
yeah.
I say nice
I
things.
think-
Nothing.
I think you were fine.
All right,
Ralph.
everybody. Everybody have a safe weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
See you
That's
guys.
us.
Bye now.
Bye. All right.